Hi guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to the final video of the first third of 2025 and first true sort of phase and era of this channel really getting its feet off the ground. Yeah, it's been a pretty, well, kind of, I'd say uneventful last month or so, but particularly it's kind of been kind of all over the place, really, scattered with a bunch of different things these first 4 months. But I thought I'd take today's opportunity to talk about two things. One, about kind of my self reflection on where these first 4 months have gone, and kind of like just on general word of mouth and conversation I've had with people, what, how things have gone in general, and then also the result of kind of the feedback push I've been doing these past few days and the polls of which I put out, because I think the sort of the results of those are pretty telling in a sense of I think I'll be kind of discussing today where I could potentially adapt things in future based on the feedback that a few of you have given me. So I'll be talking about that today anyway. But I thought I'd give just a general update on where things are this year so far and where my intentions are, and kind of reflecting on what's happened really from all different angles. So, first of all, I will talk about just everything in general from the types of content that I've made. I think there's 9 different content types you could say that I've done on this particular sort of channel and way of doing things. So the two outside of the weekly system, the first is just general content, which of course is what will remain. The general content on this channel is just a basic upload, including this one, a basic landmark upload which marks something. This doesn't have a particularly niche purpose. It is just a general video on this channel, so therefore it's marked as one. The other type is so this will happen regardless. The other type is words of encouragement, which is kind of a new scaffold, kind of a filler video when I haven't got a lot of time left in the day, or whatever it is, just to add something to the culture of some kind of substance and do something with the video. That's something I've obviously tried to do, and I've done a fair few of them actually. In the way that things have gone and developed and that kind of thing. And I'll be obviously talking about that in a sec with how that whole thing's been sort of received. So I'll talk about that soon. But I think, of course, with the nature of the main filler videos, I've been pretty consistent with those. So leading on to the main weekly system, which is what I kind of introduced at the start of the year, I'll reflect on some of that now. So when it comes to Monday memes, that was some, I don't know if I did some without water, but primarily they were all just water challenges essentially, where I just trying to laugh challenges. I think I remember a few of them doing okay, but overall the ones that I've done they've kind of performed in the middle somewhere. And honestly, it was very much a case of see if the idea worked. I'm looking at the scaffold and I'm looking at like the rest of this year in 2025 of what I'm like production wise able to do with those water challenges, and I think the position in which I'm in doing them in my room like that, I don't see how I could do that any better, at least in 2025. So it's very much going to depend on, its performance and how they've done, and they've done okay. So really, it's a case of if I fancy doing one, I will do it. But we'll see. We'll see where things go with Monday memes. But that maybe I'll keep to the Monday system, maybe I won't, and I'll drop it. I don't know. But yeah, and I'll talk about that in a sec again, once again, with that sort of thing. So whenever I'm done with talking about something on this, I'll throw it to the next phase of discussion. Then trailers, I've been very consistent, very in the sense of like, as well as words of encouragement. Words of encouragement and trailers have very much dominated the last month and a bit on the channel, maybe even further back. But yeah, trailers have been very consistent. I'm happy with those reactions. I love doing reaction videos, and yeah, that has worked. I think that is definitely something that on my end, I think consistency I've smashed. I think I've done really well with that, and that is something that I will very much continue to want to do. Watch along Wednesdays. Now, this is a difficult one because with watch alongs, we started with a basic one. I want to start with something basic, so the Marcel one was fine. But then I obviously started then because I couldn't figure out the capturing thing on OBS or whatever it is. I decided that in the meantime, to buy me time, I'd react to the old projects on which I've done. I'm now one away from finishing 2022, which is Maester Unchained, and I've still not recorded another one. I mark my words, since I've started that series, it will be finished. And 1000% within this year, within the next 8 months. But frankly, I do want to finish it soon enough. Like, really, I do. In the sense of, I will probably do a watch along for the projects in 2025 just after they've come out. That's probably what I'll do. But yeah, I will 1000%. There'll be 30 projects now, with 10 coming out this year. There'll be 30 projects by the end of this year. I reckon, yeah, by the end of the year, including Harry Potter, probably in the last few days of the year, I reckon I'll have done a watch along for all of them to catch up to date. And then obviously maybe I'll wait a week or two after each project comes out and then react to it. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter whether you're watching my reaction or the actual thing on the channel. It doesn't matter. It's still kind of exposure, so it doesn't matter to me when I do it. But yeah, I think that's sort of a system that I'll continue really with the watch alongs, and I'll try and pick them up and do them as best I can as time goes on. But again, like I have said with 2025, I'm not going to make any promises. What I'm promising you specifically is I will finish the series within this year, and I can't remember how many projects there are left to go, but I do believe I don't know. I don't know if I'm less than 10 away, but I don't think I've got an enormous amount of watch along Wednesdays left to record under that series. I don't know. Watch along specifically though, what you will know is there are some very, very big shows coming out this year. Very, very big. I'll say honestly, generally as a person, well, shit. But I'll say as a person, just enjoying content. I'm going to be real with you guys in terms of watching stuff this year and thinking I have the time for it. I thought there's plenty of shows this year that I would have done that with, whether it be Daredevil Born Again, which is now been and gone. The Last of Us Season 2, which is now very much underway over on Max, or you can watch it on Sky Cinema here. A load of different things, really, which I thought I would watch that have just kind of passed now, Cobra Kai included. All of them have gone. I will be honest with you, in terms of the massive ones that are left, in terms of Disney Plus, if I'm looking at that, what's coming out on Disney Plus, I don't think anything with Star Wars I would cave on. I think Marvel, what's left to come out this year, yeah, there's a couple of things, but really I don't see anything, because it's basically since I've missed out on Born Again, which is kind of the biggest Marvel show of this year. I can't think of anything Marvel related to react to. But then obviously the biggest shows of the year, Netflix is going to dominate this year. Wednesday Season 2, again, I can take a pass on that. And Squid Game Season 3 as well, the finale of that. There is one show that I absolutely cannot take a pass on, even if it's a year later when I figure out how to get the reaction footage on, so I can get the episode footage to actually release those episodes for you. I 100% have every intention of recording my reactions to Stranger Things 5. Absolutely something I want to do. I know it's going to be a storage nightmare. They're going to be very long recordings, but I fully do want to do that. Whether it's a while away when those episodes get uploaded, I have every intention of recording those reactions when the show comes out. And of course, with trailer reactions, as per usual, you will see me react to the Stranger Things 5 trailer when it comes out. And yeah, by rumours right now, it's rumoured to come out at around November time. That says to me that a trailer is not a million miles away, probably in the next few months. So yeah, expect that pretty soon. Whenever that drops, I'm going to be there within a day reacting to it. Whether it's a couple of days to come out or not, yeah, I don't know. But you know what I'm saying. Yeah, so that's what those are watch-alongs. That's kind of where things sit. Keeping it real, honestly, I think that is the only true disappointment I felt with this channel so far, because I had a lot of faith in that idea and I thought that would work. Maybe we kind of stick it to Instagram comments, particularly that I'm reacting to, because that is a scaffold of a video out there, but that very much falls under the comedy thing, the same as Monday Memes, and particularly Keeping It Real has done worse than I was expecting it to. I thought it was a pretty decent idea for a running series, and I've done 4 of them, I believe, and yeah, the performances for the first one did alright, I think, but I believe everyone since has done mediocre to poor. So I really, unless I feel motivated to do it, because it is a bit of an arse of an edit. Like obviously these quick ones that I just shit out. It's not the easiest of edits compared to all the other stuff that I do. Like trailer reactions are simple. Yeah, it's not enormously worth my time to keep going. So yeah, that's something I wanted to cover. So I don't know what's gonna happen with Keeping It Real. There might be one-offs every now and then, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see where things go with that. Here's a very important one. The Matthew May plays, you could call them the Gaming Fridays. Those ones, again, I started doing a couple of info vids to kind of kick that going. But I've said for a while now that I was going to do cover arcade stuff and PC particularly. I was going to cover PC content. And that's, again, not materialised. As I've said on the main channel in an update in the 2025 update video, there is no major release, or at least original release date, like the start of something, even just a series, no original dates for July. Maybe that is the time where any kind of big gaming finish-offs, whether it's PC or anything, will come out. But put it this way, I think I'll be focusing a lot more just collecting stuff with games, basically, from next year. there's no chance in hell I'll be doing any arcade or PC based content outside of 2025. So anything that there is to wrap up, it will be wrapped up in the next 8 months. It's going to. No matter how bad the video is, no matter how much I can't like manage in terms of like recording stuff on the screen, I'm going to release PC stuff and wrap it up. I'm going to be on console solely as a console YouTube gamer from this point forward. After 2025, I really don't want to work on PC anymore for videos or to have any prospect of it, because I don't really like the whole prospect of that whole thing in the first place. So no, that's the thing in terms of the proper content with I believe sort of the Wii U, which I've said I was going to focus on, which was supposed to be going from about mid-March, I think, in my plans. Yeah, honestly, when it comes to what's happening with gaming, just bear with me. And even if there's very few gaming videos this year, yeah, we'll figure it out. And I will wrap up arcade and PC and hopefully achieve a schedule where regular gaming videos are possible. Because again, that's the one, I think the one true example of there's two examples, yeah, actually. One of them is gaming, where I can't really judge it on something that did or didn't work because I didn't do enough of it. I didn't even do a gameplay video in these first 4 months. I haven't done enough to kind of truly gauge on a channel outside the main channel whether that system works, really. So yeah, stay tuned with all that. With Saturdays, happy Saturdays. Well, I'll talk about this a bit later, but really it's kind of a thing where, I think the feel good thing is it's all right. Some people like it, some people don't, but those videos don't perform very well. I believe the least performing video on all this channel's history so far in the first 4 months is a Happy Saturday, I believe. Yeah, it was an idea that I'm not sure if it's worked, to be honest. Trying to do that whole feel good thing. I mean, it works as a one-off every so often, but I'm starting to realise that doing that whole feel good thing constantly maybe isn't really a way to go. And then Sunday vlogs, as it was. I think I've only done now 4 or 5 of these maximum. I don't know. Not many. And some of the earlier ones are better than others. Like that first one I did at Cragside to kind of kick off the series at the start of the year. I thought it was a lovely little vlog I did with some great visuals. That one and Sunday vlogs turns out, again, like most shoots, especially main channel stuff, it takes effort. Even though it is just a simple vlog, it's just the mental toll of being like, oh, I've got to do a vlog today. I shouldn't feel like I have to do it. I should want to do it. And obviously you're going to get a better vlog out of it if that's the way that I feel. Yeah, I mean, with everything I'm doing with that, it's similar to the gaming in that I haven't done enough legwork with it where I can really gauge whether it does or doesn't work on this channel. But we'll see. And this ties in everything I'm now going to talk about in the second half of this, which is the way the polls and the feedback have gone. So we'll talk about that now. So in terms of general content, as I've said, that kind of stuff's going to stay. But if we're talking about feel-good stuff, so let's say just the general direction of the channel and which way this is going in, along with Happy Saturdays and also words of encouragement, we're wrapping that all in. One of the polls I said was around direction of the channel, and there, I would say by at least a fair amount, a lot of you were like, nope, it's not really my thing. This kind of thing that we're doing with all the feel good, and I don't think my motto will change at the end of every video. I think that's important that it stays, but I think just the constant barrage of just feel good, oh, look after yourself, that sort of thing. It's maybe there's a couple of different reasons. Maybe people just think the messages have been kind of hit over the head too many times from many different sources. Maybe a lot of people think that the whole like nature of it's a bit cringe. Maybe some people think that it's a bit cringe coming from me. That maybe I'm not the kind of representative who they like to be that say those types of things. Maybe that they would rather see different types of things from me. Or in some people's case, not say me at all, but that's not really an option as long as I'm here. So it's but maybe that's not the kind of message that people want to hear from my mouth, and they want to just they just want general entertainment, which honestly is fine, and it can do just as good. I definitely want to do content that pokes into that area, definitely, but its exposure and how much I put it at the forefront is definitely up to question. So I think that's definitely something that can be debated. So your feedback is very valuable, no matter who voted on the polls. Thank you for doing so, because it's very informative to me that I can figure out the best way to do this and move forward. So yeah, that's something that I take very seriously. Direction, that was a big one of the polls. The other one was about different content types, and particularly I kind of looped all of them because you can only do 4 options. I kind of melded some into each other, like Keeping It Real and Monday Memes. So basically, what we're left with kind of content types and what people preferred, I put in what's worked for you, or what would you like to see more of. I had comedy videos, which are those two that I've just said, marketing reactions. So whether that be, like, or reactions in general, so like trailers and watch along Wednesdays, kind of in that domain. The gaming videos, what would be typically on Fridays, and then the vlogs. So I put them four there. And again, like I've said before, the two of them, there's not much of a gauge to tell. What I'm getting is there was, from the people who did respond to the polls, I didn't get a single vote for vlogs. And by the way, I'm also saying this is in like the case of like there's probably across both polls combined there was a little over 10 votes. It's a very small pool of people who put their thumb in and voted, but I take it very seriously. For a base as small as this, I'm very realistic about the level of which this channel's at, and which I'm still at as a creator, even 4 years deep into this thing. It's still a small enough pool, but I value that pool because the first and foremost, I need to value the audience and what it is you guys want. So what I'm gathering is vlogs has very little interests, which would mean to me that that's something that its own avenue, and putting massive highlight on it isn't something that is very much in my interest going forward, in the sense of I think vlogs is definitely not out of the question. It's a general YouTube kind of thing, like a YouTuber that I basically am at this point, that I can do. But I think a dedicated maybe space for them, that might not work, along with maybe the light-hearted stuff, maybe have a dedicated space for it, but in the big kind of grand scheme of mainstream channel stuff, like in informal YouTube, this is kind of the first representative channel of that kind of space where it's fully YouTube. Maybe not have this at the forefront of the channel, and the same with the vlogs, maybe not have a separate space for it. In comedy, again, there was a little bit of support for comedy and gaming. Actually, no, never mind. Comedy had a little bit of support, not much. So that's making me think that maybe the comedy stuff and the feel-good stuff works well together. Like there's been a little support for it, so maybe the strength in numbers, they're better together than apart. And then you throw the vlogs in there kind of as well. So of kind of personal, laughy, general kind of stuff, really. Maybe have just personal and general stuff with vlogs. Maybe have a bit of comedy on the side. And I'll explain why, again, when I'm done, why I'm kind of categorizing them in this way, based on the feedback that you provided. With the other two things, marketing, again, people seem to like that. And I'll be honest, I'm looking at the numbers, even though, again, as per usual, the last 4 years have been abysmal. But I'm looking at the numbers on this channel. The ones that have done the best, undeniably, being trailer reactions. They just have done the best, and the things that people want to click on. So I didn't want it to become solely a commentary channel, but that is kind of what this is going to become. So expect a heavy anchorage on trailer reactions and marketing reactions in general for the remainder of this year. On this channel, at least, expect a fair bit of it. Whenever I can fall back on a trailer reaction, just expect naturally, for the sake of numbers and potential growth, it's worth falling back on. You've got to understand that. That's kind of just a natural place of which I'm going to head into as a space, because that seems to be the only thing that's truly working on this channel so far, and it's a kind of inception. That, and then gaming videos, there is still a plea for it. So I think people want to see more of it, obviously, because there's been a massive lack of it. But there is still a plea for it. So I think there's definitely a case to be made. So the reason why I'm saying all this is that I don't think this is going to apply to 2025, because I think it's a bit too jumpy. I think I'm jumping ahead here. But 2026, yeah, this is for debate, what I'm about to say. The reason why I'm really put those polls out and I want to kind of gauge the room on these things is because I'm thinking about maybe building out a little network within a network of this side of things under Matthew May, and try and maybe have multiple channels like I'm doing with the main channel. Have multiple channels under the Matthew May system that essentially has... Maybe I have a second or third channel that focuses on these individual things. So maybe I have a feel-good channel that's going to have a very small niche audience, and I post every so often on it. But there's something there for people, but not the heavy anchorage of the main Matthew May channel. Maybe I shape around what that is supposed to be, but maybe it's not that. Maybe it's just something different. And maybe there is a specific reaction channel where, rather than getting confused that it's just my name on everything, maybe there is a specific reaction channel that everything you see on it, expect reactions, and that's just the way it's going to be. And maybe I even set up other Instagram and other social accounts for these channels. This is all 26 kind of hypothetical talk, but your feedback's very, very important, in the sense of I'm genuinely considering what I can do to better the experience of this corner of the network and what it is that I'm doing. The very general YouTube, general entertainment, and YouTuber culture. What can I do to really improve the experience on this end to new viewers and also the guys who've been following me for years? What can I do to provide the best experience where you find me at least half tolerable? And I want to try and achieve that. So it's yeah, that's because I really, you know what I'm like with this. You know I'm trying. I'm here to stay. I'm here to stay until well, I don't know if there's an end point really, but yeah, I'm here for the long run. So I will try everything to see until something works. So yeah, if there's anything that I've missed here today, please do feel free to let me know. So I've done a big update here. I've been talking for a while, but if there's anything that I haven't talked about today that you kind of want to see from me, or sort of an update or a question that I didn't answer, or on socials, if you want to catch me there, just let me know in the comments down below. Because again, as I've said, and I'll just say this one more time, your feedback is very important to me. And again, it's not too late to vote on the polls. It will never be too late. They're always going to be up there, at least for the time being, until I put a new one out. Yeah, just vote away. Just vote away. And if you're only just seeing this now, please just let me know your opinion of how you feel about things. And who knows, I might change my mind. But as of now, with the first 4 months of the channel, this is where things currently sit. Here's what's worked. Here's what hasn't so much. And here's where I potentially plan to go forward, moving onwards throughout the year. So, yep, I hope that was insightful, and most importantly, to all of you who've watched from the beginning back in January, I hope I've at least half entertained the first 4 months of this channel. It's been a very difficult, but I'd say rewarding in terms of life. Like, I feel quite strong for doing it. The fact I'm now in a culture of uploading every single day, and especially for the last 2 to 3 months, basically doing them on the day itself, I very much felt like a YouTuber. Doing this regularly, even though they're very low maintenance videos, doing it every single day and getting a habit out of it. That's been the key principle for me these first 4 months, and I do feel I've achieved that, and I'm proud of myself for doing it. So if there's anything more you want to see from me, please let me know down below. But until next time, be kind, do your best, and always remember, you are enough.